Hi, I'm Carmen. Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to cover 3 things that made me switch to the Hobonichi Cousin for my daily planning, journaling. It's basically my one-stop shop for everything that I need to do in one convenient location. Let's start with the monthly. This is one of the big reasons that this is really point number 1, is the fact that this has monthly, weekly vertical, as well as daily. And so what that gives me is basically plenty of room to do everything that I need. But in my case, it's not too much. I know some people have that concern, and I know also sometimes people have a concern about an A5 journal. But for me, this really is the perfect fit. This is a monthly layout here. I've set it up for the month. You'll see that I have some important dates, important appointments. I do have a few to-dos, but I don't typically track my to-dos by the month. I track them more by the week and the day. That will vary for everybody. And I've also obviously embellished this. I'm a person who loves aesthetics, and so I have added stickers. Most of these on this particular page are from Hubman and Chubgirl, and I do have some unboxing videos on the channel if you'd like to see those. Those are there if you're curious, and they do make kits just for the Hobonichi Cousin. But we've got some food truck festival coming up, got other things going on this month. And so I'm basically laying out the month at a glance, and it's easy for me to flip back to this when I need to see. And that's actually part of this setup. I'm going to have a monthly sticker so that I can tab back over here easily. But I've bookmarked these with a few things just so I can flip over and show you. So here is the vertical weekly layout. And in my opinion, this is where the Hobonichi the Cousin really shines. This is wonderful. I've got room for to-dos. I've got room for a daily tracker. I have room for all of the activities, and also I can log my activities because for me, my day is not set in stone ahead of time. And so I wanted to talk about this. You have flexibility on this page. If you like to time block, you have all of the hours of the day blocked out for you. And so you can time block every single activity if you want to. However, if you're like me and you're not time blocked and your activities don't always happen at a set time, you have the complete flexibility to set it up as you want, and you can also use it as a bullet journal. And yes, I know by definition a bullet journal is something you create completely, on your own with a blank journal, but you can still use this bullet journal style, and that's loosely what I'm doing here because I like to check off the items as I complete them or cross them off if they get moved to another day. And then I've also got some more trackers over here, currently reading. I just really like the options. I even put a stamp for what the weather was like for the day, and that's also part of my daily tracker. But I just feel like this is where the real power is. And yes, I know there's other different planners that have the vertical weekly layout, but I really like this with the typical monthly layout and with the daily. So that's the next thing I want to show is the daily. That's just a placeholder there. And also I love this first page that you can, decorate as you see fit at the beginning of the month. But I wanted to cover this. So this, I've heard a lot of people say that they're nervous, that they won't be able to keep up with this. I mean, I'm going to be blunt and say, who cares? If you skip a day, you skip a day. This should be for you. And so that does not stress me out at all. Plus, you could just put a big picture here. You could put anything you want. You could draw your frustrations out if you want to, whatever you want to do. I've had no problem so far filling this out at all. Granted, it's early, and I will definitely do more videos and let you know how it goes. But I like the ability to plan out my day and then talk about my day. I find that very useful, but you could doodle here. You could, if you are doing some type of creative work, you could do sketches or prototypes. The sky's the limit with these daily pages, and I like the option. I just like having it here. Whether I use them all or not, it doesn't really matter. I just like the option, and I think that these 3, this is actually point number 1, these 3 different options I think are the power And these aren't even the only options that they have, but the vertical weekly as well as the monthly, I feel like that's the real power of this planner. Next, on to number 2, and this is a big point for me because I've already been using the Hobonichi weeks. I do actually plan to continue using this for work only. It gives me a good separation so that I can easily, and there's those tabs I was talking about. This gives me a way to easily separate work. And this is also quite portable because it's small, but this is not our focus. So I'm going to take this off, but I wanted to mention it because of the paper. The Tomoe paper is pretty amazing. It's both sturdy and also very light, and it has this nice quality to it. The sound is nice. Again, I like aesthetics, so it matters. I am heavy-handed, and this is a dark pen that I use, and it's actually 0.7 millimeters, which is large by a lot of people's standards that use these type of planners. But I actually really like the fact that it doesn't bleed through. I mean, sure, you can see it a little bit, but it does not actually bleed through. Same with when I'm using my Tombow. I don't have to worry about those bleeding through this paper. It's pretty remarkable paper. And so after using the Hobonichi Weeks, which has a slightly different color but same type of paper, that was a huge selling point for me, is the really remarkable. Like I said, it's very light because this is a really large book, and I don't mean like large as in heavy, but that's what I mean. It's compact because of this lightweight paper. So that's pretty amazing because you can definitely carry this around with you too. The Weeks obviously is smaller and more portable, but this is portable as well. If you're finding this video helpful, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button. That helps other people find the video, and I greatly appreciate it. Also, if you'd like to learn more about the Hobonichi Cousin, the Hobonichi Weeks, and all things planning and journaling, definitely hit that subscribe button and you won't miss anything new. So the third reason that I switched to the Hobonichi Cousin is the thing is sort of touched on in the beginning, the ability to be creative both visually as well as in writing. Sure, it's a planner, and that is its primary purpose for me, and I think for most people that choose to go with this. If you just want to journal purely or want to do a creative journal, you can just buy a blank journal and do that. But I love the ability that you already have a laid out month, you already have laid out vertical week planning, but you still have the daily option, and there's plenty of space, and you don't have to use this area for a checklist for the day. You could journal or draw or anything you want in this entire area. Plus there's extra blank sheets throughout, like even right before this there's some blank sheets, so there's all different options. I just love that. I love having sort of the sky is the limit when it comes to creativity. Would I buy this again after having invested in it? Because they're not inexpensive, and having used it now, absolutely. I will definitely continue to give updates as I go, and if I change my mind, I will absolutely let you know. But let me know what you think about this in the comments. Is this something that you would use? Is it something you're already using? And if not, like I said in the beginning, let me know what you are currently using. I'd love to hear from you. If you'd like to learn more about planning and journaling, definitely click on the video that's on your screen right now. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.